Calling case number 2405-856801 for the state of Michigan versus Matthew Fields. Defendant is charged in count 1, home invasion, first degree. Count 2, domestic violence. Count 3, assault or assault and battery.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Shelley Drake, people, number 60249.
This is Honorable Court, George Shedrow, 841-732. We have Matthew Fields. Please state your name.
Matthew Fields.
Disciplinary matter.
Okay.
Call your first witness.
And this time the people will call Mr. Terry Dilworth.
How many witnesses are you calling?
Okay.
Let me see.
Take a seat.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you may have a seat.
Witness.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Please state your name for the record.
Terry Dilworth.
Okay, Mr. Dilworth, I'm going to be asking you some questions today. If there's anything you don't understand or if you want me to repeat it, please let me know, all right?
All right.
All right, thank you. I want to bring your attention to the date of August 31st of last year, 2023. Do you remember that date?
Yes.
Okay, and where were you on that date?
Home,
At home, okay. And where was your home located on that date?
20467 Parker Street.
Okay, and is that in the city of Detroit and the county of Wayne?
Yes.
Okay, and do you live there alone or with anyone else?
With my fiance and the kids and my kid,
Okay, and what is your fiance's name?
Sherry Field.
Okay, and how many kids did you have there?
We have 3.
Okay, how many kids do you have? Okay, 3, how old are they?
10, 9, 10, 8, and 5.
Okay, were they those ages then, or is that their ages now?
That's the current ages now.
Okay, so just the 1 year younger for
Yeah.
each. Okay, thank you. All right, and did anything happen on that date at that location while you were there?
Yes. Matthew Fields came to my house.
Okay, so where were you right before that happened in the house?
I was on my back patio talking to Sherry. Me and her were getting ready to go out to dinner. And so me and her were getting ready to get the kids together.
Okay.
As we getting ready to get the kids together, my kids was up front. I was telling them, hey, Mom's about to get y'all together so we go out to eat.
Okay,
And then I heard a knock at the door,
okay, the front door or the back door?
front door.
Fine, okay, front door. All right, so what did you do when you heard a knock at the door?
When I heard the knock at the front door, I started walking towards the door.
Okay,
But before I could get to the door, my 5-year-old unlocked the door.
okay. So what time of day was this?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, do you think it was,
I know it was daylight. It was,
Okay.
had, I think about 5:36
okay. So we're not talking about early in the morning, we're talking about later.
in the afternoon.
Okay, very good. So you said your 5-year-old opened the, unlocked the door? Okay. So do you have, so this is the front door, is that correct? So do you have like a house door and a screen door, or describe what
I
that is?
have a house door and I have a burglar bar door. Burglar bar door, the top glass had broken from us slamming the door. It fell out and broke. So
Okay,
I never had it replaced.
okay. So what does that mean in terms of security or the lock on that?
So we can lock up the locks, both locks on the burglar bar door, and we can lock the door, the main door. to come in. Both locks were locked.
Okay, so you keep both doors locked?
Yes,
Okay, but since that burglar door is damaged, is there any way, to unlock it other
Yes.
than from the inside of the house?
up from the outside, you can unlock it. You just put your hand in there and unlock the burglar bar.
Okay, because there's nothing preventing it,
Yeah.
right? Okay, thank you. So you said the 5-year-old unlocked the door.
The big door,
The
the
big
main door.
Okay, what happened next?
After that, I say, who is it? Say, it's Matthew. Say, I wanna see my kids. I said, whoa, wait a minute. I turned to go get Sherry, but before I even go get Sherry, he came through the door.
Okay, now, what is Matthew's last name?
Field.
Okay, and how do you know Matthew Fields?
To Sherry.
Through Sherry.
He's the kid's dad.
Okay, so, had you seen him before this day?
Yeah,
Okay, how many times?
2 times.
Okay, do you see Matthew Fields in the courtroom here today?
Yes.
For identification purposes, could you indicate where he is and what he is wearing today?
Right there. Green.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, please let this record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant and, Matthew Fields.
Record will so reflect.
Thank you. Can you describe what was the nature of your relationship or communication between yourself and Matthew Fields before this day?
We didn't have no relationship.
Okay.
I think it's just the kid's dad. That I wanted him to be involved inside the kid's life and never want to take that away from him because it's his kids. So I told Sherry, no, let him have the address so he can come by and see the kids or get the kids, whatever.
All right, so was there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Fields on that day?
Not for me.
Okay. Were you surprised that this happened?
Yes, because
Okay.
he walked in and he started swinging on him.
Is Mr. Fields a regular visitor to the house?
No,
Okay. Do you remember has he ever been to the house?
yes,
When was the last time, if you remember?
that day.
Okay. So, did you invite him over?
No,
Okay. Did you say, come on in?
no,
Okay. So he just barged in?
Yeah.
barged
Judge,
in.
I want to object to that word barged in.
I will. Describe how he came in the door.
aggressive.
Okay.
So
And what
when he came in, he said, I want to see my helping kids and started swinging on me. I have my 5-year-old right beside me, so I'm trying to move my 5-year-old as he's swinging on me.
Okay. When he's swinging on you, what was he swinging on you with?
His hands,
Okay. And did he make contact
Yes.
with his body, with your body?
made contact with my body with his hand,
All right. And where?
face,
Okay. Was it like an open hand or a
closed
punch?
hand, punching
Okay. How many times did he punch you? Once or more?
more.
Okay. All on your face?
Yes,
Okay. I noticed you have glasses on today. Did you have glasses on that day?
yes.
Okay, did anything happen to the glasses?
He knocked him off my face in the process of punching.
Okay. So what happened after well, let me ask you, so obviously one child was right there because you just said the 5-year-old was right on your head, correct?
Yes,
Where were the other children, if you know?
standing right there,
Okay,
also
so,
standing right there,
okay, so he did this right in front of all the kids?
all the kids, yes.
Okay. What happened next?
After that, he started choking me.
Okay, now let me ask you, now you described where the kids are. You indicated that when this started, you and Sherry were on the back porch, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes,
Okay, did you ever see her in the area after you came up front to see who that was?
she came while he was choking me, and she got in the middle of both of us.
Okay,
So she forced him out the door,
okay,
not physically, but like, Matthew, you gotta leave.
okay. And what happened after that?
He was walking backwards. I turned to grab my phone and to call the police.
Okay. And did he leave?
As he was walking out the door, he was telling me, get the help off the phone, or I'll come back in here and I'll help you up some more.
Okay. And, okay, so after he made that statement, did he leave?
Yes,
Okay, and did he leave the house or did he leave the area, if you know?
he left the area.
Okay, and how do you know that?
We seen him getting in the car, looked like a friend of his or somebody drove him over there, but the person never got out the car, never paid any attention to what was going on. I don't even think the person knew what was going on.
Okay, was Mr. Fields, was he driving the car or was the other person driving the car? If you remember.
Don't remember.
Okay, now, let's go back just a little bit. You said he was swinging on you and punching you, and then you said he was choking you.
Yes,
Okay, can you describe how he was choking you?
like hard, both hands around my neck, forcing me out the balcony like this in my living room, right by the front door, so I'm bent over the balcony as he's choking me extremely hard.
Okay, so what you have just described with your body is two hands around your neck with you leaning back. Is that accurate?
Yes,
Okay, and how long did he do that for?
at least about a minute before Sherry actually intervened,
Okay, and what was he doing with his hands?
just choking me.
Okay, he was choking you.
Yes,
Okay, and you said Sherry was helped get him off, is that right?
yeah.
Okay, and how did you feel as this was going on?
I didn't know what to feel. I didn't even know what was going on. I'm like, why do you come here so aggressive?
Okay,
Why fight?
okay. What was his demeanor at that time?
Seemed like high, like he was off something.
Okay, all right, so you said he, with his hands, he was choking you.
Yes,
So just so that we know exactly what you mean, what was he doing with his hands? Meaning, did he put his hands, put his hands here?
no,
Just like this, or what was he doing with them?
on my neck.
Okay.
He was choking me, squeezing my neck.
Squeezing your neck, okay, all right. And were the kids in that room the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions at this time.
Mr. Dilworth, I'm gonna be asking you some questions.
Sure.
If you don't understand them, say so we can get through this a lot faster, okay? You were on this day literally a year ago today.
Yeah,
You were at the house, correct?
yeah,
With your girlfriend, or lady friend, correct?
yeah,
And her 3 children?
yeah,
Do you have any children of your own?
yes,
How many do you have?
one.
Were all 4 children
No.
there?
They're all about the same.
Huh?
She has 2 with Matthew and 1 with me.
Okay, so 3, okay. Which is yours, the oldest, the middle, or the youngest?
The youngest.
Okay, the then 4-year-old, now 5-year-old.
Yes,
Okay. And you said you were at the back porch.
yes,
Is this an open area from inside the house to go outside into the back porch?
yes. The building back there.
And if I remember, is it a typical Detroit house where the kitchen is next to the back porch?
No,
Okay, when you walk in from the back porch, where do you go?
well, no, we walk in through the front door when we come in from the house.
But you said you were at the back porch.
We was in the back porch sitting there.
Okay. When you come in from the back porch, what room do you come in?
My son's room, in the day's room, my second oldest.
Okay. And then there's a living room or some other room that
Some more bedrooms before.
before you get room?
Yes.
Or it's the front where the front door is like the living room?
The front door is the
Okay.
living room.
So there's 2 rooms and then there's the living room where the front door is,
Yeah.
correct?
There's 3 rooms, plus the bathroom, right? Yeah,
That's the what?
the bathroom.
Okay, so you have to traverse 3 rooms in the bathroom to get to the front door?
To get to the front door? Yeah. No, I have to just walk through my son's room and go straight down the hallway to the.
That's what I thought. The other rooms are to the side. But that
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir, appreciate that. You could hear the knocking from the patio, the back patio, but it was during the front door.
Mind you, I said I was, we were sitting on the back porch. So I got up to go tell the kids to get ready, so we was getting ready to go out to eat.
Okay, that's what I was confused at. You had already gotten up and you were in the house when you heard the door knock.
Yes,
Thank you. I thought you said you heard it when you were in the bag, no, at the same time you had the kids. My misunderstanding, sir, okay? You're in the kitchen area, excuse me, your son's bedroom area when you hear the door knock?
no,
Where were you?
in the kitchen.
Okay. And your youngest son, the 4-year-old then, went to the front door when the knock occurred?
Yeah,
And your son opened the door?
unlocked, not open, unlocked.
That was my next, the door was not opened by your son, correct?
No,
Does your son say anything to the person on whoever it is on the other side of the door?
no,
He doesn't know who it is, would that be correct?
no.
There's no window at the door or anything of that?
There's a window.
There what?
There's windows, there's front windows.
No, on the door itself. is there?
No, no,
Okay, so you can't see what's on the other side of the
No.
door? And your son, or your 4-year-old, couldn't tell you who it was on the other side of the door at that time? Would that be correct? All of a sudden, you're saying that the door opened up?
yes. I told you, I said, I went to the door and asked who it is. He said, it's Matthew. I said, before I could turn around and go get Sherry, he had already barged through the door at that moment.
Okay. Does your son say anything to Matthew about coming into the house?
No,
The next thing as you said, the defendant, Mr. Fields, is in the house, correct?
yes,
And he's hitting you, right?
yes,
Correct?
yes,
And then you indicate he was, which one occurred first, the hitting you or the choking?
punching. Punching
Okay, punching you, and he's punching you where?
in the face.
Okay. When does your Sherry come in?
About a minute or two later.
So you and Mr. Fields are in the front room? And
Yes,
he's hitting
she
you all this
came
time?
because she heard the kids screaming,
Okay,
Daddy, stop. His two oldest were screaming, Daddy, stop.
okay. And that's when Sherry comes to the front
Yes,
room,
yes,
correct? And tries to break up the argument or whatever's
Yes.
going on? You're not saying anything, would that be correct?
When she came around and broke it up, he started walking back. I walked and grabbed my phone.
I'm saying, were you saying anything before she broke it up?
Saying anything, I ain't have time to say nothing. I'm trying to get him off me. We fighting.
I don't know, sir. Sometimes people might be able to say something, sometimes not. You say you didn't say anything at all.
No, we were
Okay.
fighting.
Are you trying to protect yourself?
Yes,
Are you trying
I
to,
ain't even trying to take my son that's standing right next to me.
are you trying to hit him?
To protect myself, yes.
I know it might sound silly and stupid, sir, but I have to ask these questions, okay? So
Okay.
please bear with me, it's a lot easier,
All
okay?
right,
You're trying to protect yourself, correct?
correct.
You're trying to protect the 3 children, would that be correct?
Just trying to move them out the way. They was right there at that moment.
You don't know if they could get hit or get something
Anybody
could
that
happen.
want them to get hurt.
Thank you. That's when Sherry comes in,
Yes.
and she, within a couple minutes or so, breaks up this argument, fight,
That's when he was choking me. She got in the middle of him choking.
and he finally, after a couple minutes, you said he left.
He left, yes.
Okay. Now, had he ever come to your house before?
He came before, but not, like I said, not aggressive, not like this. He came
So,
to pick up the kids and everything.
I'll ask the question again. Has he ever come to your house before?
Yes,
He was never aggressive before, would that be correct?
yes,
He never threatened you before?
no,
He never threatened the children before, would that be correct?
correct.
And you don't know if he and Sherry were, whatever condition they were in, you don't know, would that be correct?
No, that would not be correct.
Okay. Did he threaten her in
No.
front of you?
No,
Okay. How long would you say this occurred, sir? This, from the time you walked in the house to the time you left the house?
probably about 10 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, excuse me, Matt, I have one more question. Whose house is this, or is it, are you the person, do you own the house?
No, we're renting, both our names on the lease.
Both are renting?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're right. Sorry, you missed that now. All right, next witness.
At the time, people would call this Sherry Fields.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Witness.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon. Please state your name for the record. Sherry Fields. All right, Ms. Fields, I'm going to be asking you some questions today. If there's anything you don't understand, or if you want me to repeat it, please let me know, all right? All right, thank you. Ms. Fields, I want to bring your attention back to the date of August 31st of last year, 2023. Do you remember that date?
Yes.
Okay, and where were you living on that date?
20467 Argent Street.
All right, is that in the city of Detroit, the county of Wayne?
Yes.
Okay, were you living there alone or with anyone else?
With Terry Gilbert and my three children.
Okay, and how old were your three children at that time?
9, 8, and 5.
Okay, and on that date and at that location, what happened?
On that day, I did a 12-hour shift at work. I was 5 months pregnant at the time. We were trying to go out to eat. That's when I got a knock on the door. I was in the back of my house getting my kids together. And when I got down the hallway, I see Matthew Fields punched Terry in the face and was choking him and things like that.
Okay,
And
let me stop you for just a minute here. Okay, so you said you were first on the back porch of your house?
yes, it's an enclosed porch.
Okay, were you alone there or with anyone else?
No, just me,
Okay,
just me. And I was trying to, get things together for me and my kids to go out to eat.
okay, so you'd already decided to go out to eat?
Yeah,
Okay, was Terry involved in that also?
yes,
Okay,
he was.
and who is Terry to you?
My fiance.
Okay, all right, and you said that you heard a knock at the door, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you do when you heard a knock at the door?
I guess I really was just thinking that maybe Terry was gonna answer the door because he wasn't around me.
Okay,
So, I came out of the back porch and came down the hallway, and that's when I seen him come in and punch him and was choking him, and they were fighting. And my kids were right at the door.
okay,
So my first instinct was, do we have a gun? What to do? Because my kids were small.
okay,
So, I did tell him to get out of the door,
okay. And when you say him, who you're referring to?
Matthew Fields.
Okay, and how do you know Matthew Fields?
He's my ex-husband.
Okay, do you see Matthew Fields in the courtroom here today?
Yes, I do.
For identification purposes, could you indicate where he is and what he's wearing today?
He's right there with green, scrub.
Thank you. Your Honor, please, that this record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant, Matthew Fields.
Record reflect.
Thank you. All right, so, how do you said he's your ex-husband. Okay, so is he the father of your three children?
My the first two children.
Okay, all right, very good. So had you invited Matthew Fields over to the house that day?
No,
Okay. Does Matthew Fields regularly come over the house?
no, he haven't seen my children in a year because of a CPS case, with his ex-girlfriend.
Okay,
So,
so were you surprised to see Matthew Fields on that day?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
what if you recall, what was his demeanor like on that day?
Well, his eyes was like bloodshot red, like he was on drugs or something. So I'm thinking that he wasn't in the right headspace at the time, so,
Okay,
I kept telling him to leave, and it was like he was blanked out or something. Something was going on with him. He wasn't paying attention at all.
okay.
So,
So what exactly did you see about the interactions between Matthew Fields and Terry?
well, he punched him in the face.
And when you say he, we just need you to say the
Matthew
names.
Fields punched him, he punched Terry in the face,
Okay,
and he started choking him.
okay, and when you say choking, what do you mean?
Choking, like you choke a chicken, that's how he was choking. Seriously, 'cause he's so little.
Okay. Because who's so little?
Terry Dilworth.
Okay, as compared to who?
Compared to Matthew Fields.
Okay.
So,
Was he using, one hand or both hands?
both hands.
Okay, and what did it appear to you that he was doing with his hands?
He was choking him with his hands.
Okay, and were they both standing up straight or?
Well, Terry Dilworth was like leaning over the banister because he was getting choked, so
Okay,
they couldn't stand up straight.
okay. And, how long did that go on for, if you recall?
I want to say it was like 12 minutes. It was so quick.
The whole incident?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What happened or how did it stop that Matthew was choking, Terry?
And so, I kept saying, can you leave my house? And I was trying to break up the fight, and I got hit during breaking up the fight.
Okay.
After that, I begged and plead Matthew Fields to leave my house.
Okay,
He finally then walked out the door backwards, as in thinking that somebody was gonna try to hit him, so he was walking out backwards.
okay,
And he started to argue with me on the porch. After that, Terry was calling the police, and Matthew was telling me, get him off the effing phone before I come back in here.
okay.
So,
Okay, and what happened after that?
he had words with me back and forth, and then he got into the car with whoever the man was, and left. And then I called the police.
Okay, and did the police arrive?
Yes, I think like 20 minutes after or something.
Okay, did you make a report about what happened?
Yes,
Okay, all right, I'm gonna back up just a little bit. You said during this fight, you got hit.
yeah,
Who were you hit by?
Matthew Fields.
Okay, and did it appear to you that as this was an accident, or did he mean to hit you?
I wouldn't know what it is because I was abused by him when I was with him.
Okay,
So,
all right, and where were you hit?
in my stomach,
In your stomach,
yes,
okay? And you said you were 5 months pregnant.
yes. I lost my daughter in November right after that,
Okay, so you,
due to stress and things. So,
okay, I'm sorry for your loss. Okay, so, and let me just ask you, was there any kind of custody arrangement or anything whereby Matthew Fields was allowed to come to your house, pick up, drop off, anything like that?
we were supposed to go to court, but that never happened. So,
Okay,
but I do know after the CPS situation, because he was seeing them in 2021.
Judge,
After,
excuse me, I'm gonna have to, what is the relevance of the CPS situation?
okay, well, Your Honor, I wasn't gonna ask any further questions about that. I just wanted to know if there was an order in place which would have allowed Mr. Fields to come to the house. And I think that the witness has already answered the question. Okay, thank you. I have no further questions at this point.
Ross? Is it Fields still?
yes,
I'm gonna ask you some questions, just like the prosecutor did. If you don't understand them, say it, okay?
okay.
Okay, what day did this happen?
I believe it was August 30th or 31st.
And you said that you were in the back, in the patio
Yes, it's enclosed porch, yes,
with the children,
yes,
3 children,
3 children.
and Mr. Dilworth.
No, Mr. Dilworth was at the front of the house once the knock came at the door.
Okay.
So, and then the children continued to go to the front as well. I was only one in the back.
How many knocks were
I believe it was like 2 knocks.
at the same, simultaneously?
No, it was like regular knocks at the door, but it was hard knocks.
Okay.
So I was like a normal person, like, who is that at the door? But I didn't go get the door.
And when the first knock occurred, where was Mr. Dilworth?
Mr. Dilworth was walking towards the front of the door. Yeah.
And you don't know who let Mr. Fields into the house because you never observed that. Would that be correct?
No, because actually, when I came down the hallway, he was coming in the door. And that's when he did the attack.
But you don't know if he was let in or if he went in without permission or anything. You were there when anything happened. Would that be correct?
Well, I actually,
It's just
That's a yes or no question.
a simple
Okay.
yes or no. Thank you.
you said, was I there when what happened?
When Mr. Fields entered the house. Were
Yes,
you
I
in the
was.
living room?
I was in the hallway. I
Okay.
seen him enter the
You don't
house.
know if somebody let him in because you were not there at that moment. Would that be correct?
Yes, I was there, because I seen him walk into the house, like, open the door, walk into the house.
Did you see if somebody could have opened the door, ma'am?
No,
Okay, so you don't know if.
no, I
Mr.
just seen him push the
Ma'am,
door
Let
open.
him finish the question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is very simple. I know you want to add stuff because it was a traumatic experience. right?
Council, get to the question.
Okay, so question, did you see Mr. Fields open the door?
No,
Thank you. I have, and you said you were struck by Mr. Fields,
yes,
but you don't know if he intentionally struck you or was trying to hit Mr. Dilworth and accidentally hit you. Would that be correct?
correct.
Thank you. No further questions.
Redirect.
I have nothing further.
Ma'am, you may step down.
Thank you.
I have no further witnesses, Your Honor.
Any witnesses on behalf of the defense?
No.
RNG.
Your Honor, in time, I would move to bind over on the felony count of publication first degree along with 2 misdemeanors. Based on the testimony by both witnesses, I am also going to move to add a second felony count of assault by strangulation. The testimony essentially from both witnesses is that Terry and Sherry were, and they were in the back of the house. Terry needs to go up to the front of the house first. There's a knock at the door. Terry goes toward the house. He testifies that the 5-year-old or 4-year-old at that time unlocked the door. And then Matthew Fields comes in the door saying he wants to see his children. He is not being calm, but it appears he is angry. And he then starts assaulting Terry Dilworth right away. He hits him in the face, and the glasses come off. I don't know how many times he hits him, but it was more than once. And then he starts choking him. The other complainant is Fields testified that as she comes up to the front of the house, she also sees Matthew Fields coming through the door, assaulting Terry and also choking him. Both witnesses, Terry and Sherry, testified that Matthew Fields had his hand around Terry's neck, and Terry is actually bent over the area, short wall area, as a result of being choked. Terry testified that he was choking him with his hand. He was squeezing, choking. Matthew Fields did not have permission by though he was two of the children's father, he didn't regularly come to the house. There was no reason that he should have just come to the house and come in without permission. He came in the house right away. There was no friendly talk. He came in and immediately assaulted Terry Dillard. So he entered without permission and he committed assault while he was there and while Sherry Fields and Terry Dillard were lawfully present. So I'm asking that for, again, find over the first degree, additional count of assault by strangulation, and the accompanying misdemeanor.
Yes.
Well, Your Honor, I'm a little confused because Mr. Dilworth indicated, and I said, oh, today is a 1-year anniversary. He said it was the 19th of August, 2023. And then I heard Ms. Fields, and that's why I asked her a second time, what date did this occur? She said August 31st, 2023. Can we at least get the dates correct? I don't know which one it is, Your Honor. As to the assault, I'm not gonna argue on that issue. There's something seems to have happened. The only question I have is this home invasion in the first degree? Because we don't know if the child let the person in. The reason I say that, Your Honor, Mr. Dilworth says they were both in the back porch when they hear the knock on the front door. Somehow, he's already at the front door when she hears the first knock. Now, which one is it again? Were they, I know a lot of them probably are question of fact for the child, but which one is it? Did she hear the knock when she was in the back porch with Mr. Dilworth? And the child let the person in? Or did she hear the knock when Mr. Dilworth was literally, according to her, by the door? The only time he knocked at the door. Your Honor, part of it is a question of fact, but again, we need to straighten out when did this occur? And because of that issue, Your Honor, I'm asking that the case be dismissed.
And then we go. Final argument. The prosecutor, okay, or?
The date is August 31st. And I would indicate both of these complainants testified to essentially the same thing that happened on that day. So I don't think that if there was any different dates given, I don't think that would be that this incident did not happen. The date is August 31st, 2003.
Court has heard the arguments, counsel. Court finds that felony offense is charged with emergency in court. And there's probable cause of defendant committed the offense. Therefore, the defendant will be bound over to the main county circuit court for further proceeding. The remaining on the information will be subject to
August 26th.
August 26th. As to the added count of assault, strangulation, that count will be added.
Thank you, Your Honor. That is MCL 750.84. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.